What up, YouTube? Steve from Team Purple Panda, and this is a very urgent message for everybody. Normally, I do not like to make a new video or push out another video until I get about 500 views in my previous video. However, this news is so big, it's going to affect everyone who plays this game worldwide. So I want you guys to know this as soon as possible. So as of earlier today, Konami has posted on their OCG Japanese website that there's going to be a big ruling change. And basically, starting March 19th, 2011, Ignition monsters no longer retain priority upon summoning. March 19th, the day where this ruling is effective, is also the same day the Exceed monster structure decks get released. So I can kind of see how they made this change to accommodate the Exceed engine. Simultaneously is to balance out the game in a way. So let me explain to you what this ruling is all about. So Ignition monsters are monsters that once on the field, like once per turn or more than once per turn, it can do something. So some popular ones are Test Tiger, Inferno Mirage, and Dark Arm Dragon. Basically, when it's on the field, you can activate the effect by Ignition and do something. So in other words, if I summon Dark Arm, I choose to activate its Ignition effect by removing a Dark to destroy someone on the field. As of right now, I go summon Priority, remove one, target your monster, and you go Bombless Trap Hole. Your monster will still blow up and then just get bombless. Same thing with Judgment Dragon. If I go summon JD, party to nuke the field, pay 1,000. I pay 1,000, and then even if you bombless it, the JD gets bombless, the field gets destroyed. Again, Demise, the same exact thing. With monsters that you tribute itself for an effect like Mirage, Test Tiger, Hand of Six Samurai, Exile Force, cards like that. If I go summon Mirage, I can't go summon Mirage with priority tribute. I can't do that anymore. I go summon Mirage, anything. If they have no Book of Moon or Compulse, then I'm allowed to tribute. Because again, Mirage, Test Tiger, Hand, these are all Ignition monsters. So that changes the game quite a bit, as you can imagine, because if they summon a Test Tiger, I can actually book the Test Tiger or compulse the monster, and you don't get priority to tribute this monster anymore. And of course, Mirage, this can be stopped with a compulse now, which is a big change. And of course, for Lightsworn JD, if you summon a JD and they just bombless you, you don't get priority to blow the field anymore. So as you can see, this is a very big change in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's going to change up everything. I mean, like, you can't special summon Gale and call priority to half anymore. You have to wait until the summoning window closes, then you can activate the effect to half. So with this in effect, what that means is that monster effects are nerfed. Trap, we have trap, we have spell cards, and they can be countered by trap, stun, etc, negation, but a lot of times it's really hard to negate monster effect. By changing the ruling as such, monster effects take a big hit. So when you have decks that are very based around monster effects, like X-Saber, Debris, etc, it really takes a really big hit because of that. But again, this only affects Ignition monsters. So when you have trigger effect monsters like a Caius that triggers when upon summoning, so the difference you can tell is that one will say when this card is Shibu summon, when this card is normal summon, when this card is special summon, when this card is fusion summon, etc, and do something. That is a trigger effect. But when you have a card that say just when you summon once per turn or blah blah, these are Ignition effects. So these will be affected. Monarchs won't. Six Samurai, stuff like Kageki will not be affected. Stuff like Bogart Knight will not be affected. So anything that happens when you summon, and you say so when you normal summon, etc, will not be affected. And also what this means is it will effectively turn Bombless Trap Hole into like a mini warning. So in other words, if you have a bomb list and your opponent summons a dark arm, you can flip the bomb list and the dark arm just get removed without popping anything. And again, same thing applies for Judgment Dragon, Demise, and all those big beastie monsters out there. So I mean, it's a change. Hate it or love it. I don't have much of an opinion on it yet. I have to play that kind of meta. But one thing I have to say positively about this change is that I like the fact how spell and traps are essentially nerfed a little bit because of the available spells we have, like Trap Stun, Zevin Tool, Solemn, etc., etc. Now we have Xian that can negate everything, Berkyon and the Chariot Beast can negate everything, and not to mention we have Monster Effect that can negate spells and traps. However, we don't have much spell and trap cards that can nerf monster effects. So with this ruling change, it really evens out the playing field, where it gives spell and trap cards the equal power as monster effects have. So that's one of the things. So that's something that I really enjoyed, and I think it's going to be good for the game. However, something that I don't really like about it is it really seems like Konami is changing the rules so that they can push out a new summoning engine, Exceed Summon. I mean, Exceed Summon is new and hate it or love it, but I don't agree that you should change the rule of a game to accommodate a new engine that you just made up. I think they should spend more time and fine tuning the innards and the mechanics of Exceed Summon so that it can be incorporated into the game, rather than having to change the game to jam something in that might or might not fit. So that's just my 2 cents on what's happening. I want to hear what you guys think. Comment questions below. And again, this is going to be big for everybody in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'll just keep an eye out for that. Thanks for watching, guys.